How superstitious are you? Be honest. Have you ever at some point in your life thought of crows as bad luck? Or do you find all those beliefs silly and unfounded? As a child, I believed the superstitions about them, but this was all passed down to me from adults. It didn't help either that any scary movie or book portrayed these dark birds in an ominous way. Cloaked in black, undesirable sounding voices, and eating the dead, I guess it's no wonder these birds had the misfortune of being considered omens of death for centuries. So, for fun, let's look at some superstitions around crows and see if there's any truth to them. If a single crow is seen lingering around your house, then you better expect some bad luck, because it means an unlucky future, or even worse, someone in your house may die. Well, that's what some think anyway. Dying definitely would be unlucky, wouldn't it? And I guess that means if you're the only one living in that house, then that person's gonna be you. Doesn't that sound absurd though? So if a crow hangs around my house, I'm just going to die? Seems more like something us humans made up. Probably came about after someone noticed a crow around and then one of their loved ones happened to coincidentally die. And on down the generations the story went. With the amount of times a single crow has been hanging around my home, either myself or Jamie should have been dead a long time ago. I should mention that there is a solution to dealing with seeing a single crow near your home. Coming straight to you from this How to Prevent Superstitions from Coming True manual. If you ever have this terrible misfortune, just bow your head or tip your hat to the crow, as doing this will reduce your risk of disaster. I'm sure that will look perfectly normal to any of your neighbors who may be watching. Seems like a crow lingering around your home may instead make you look silly rather than bring you death. If you should ever find yourself seeing 5 or 6 crows, which is something I see very often as one family I know really well has 6 individuals in it, then you may as well prepare for death or sickness. Because 6 crows means death is nearby and 5 crows means sickness is coming. I'm still here despite seeing this bunch every day for years and years, and I welcome them with open arms. Maybe that's the key to this particular superstition though. Just be welcoming to them and then nothing happens. Oh, and give them food, because I heard that if you give them food, they tell their Greek god Apollo, who then spares you. You may want to keep that in mind next time you see 5 or 6 crows. If a crow flies over a house and calls 3 times, pretty specific but important to note, that means an impending death in the family. Well, that is what some people in parts of the Appalachian Mountains think anyways. Can't say I ever took notice of a crow that had flown over the house and cawed 3 times. Maybe I should make note of that under my list of important superstitions. In some parts of the Appalachians, they also believe that seeing a group of low-flying crows means sickness is on the way. How low are we talking here though? 10 to 15 feet? 5 to 10 feet? Without some idea, how could I know for sure? I guess I'll just have to wait and see if any sickness comes. Another group of people, the ancient Celts, believed that seeing a trio of crows meant a new change, but not necessarily a good one, as it usually means someone bad is going to come into your life and maybe even attack you. I've had encounters with bad people throughout the years, but no one has attacked me yet. Perhaps I need to be Celtic in order for that one to apply to me. Not only do crows portray bad luck in the form of illness or other misfortunes in your life like bad people, but they can even bring weather. For example, if you hear a crow calling in the morning before other birds have a chance to sing, then expect rain. Hang on, that doesn't sound all that bad. I like a good rainfall. Or are we talking like the floodgates opening? Noah's Ark kind of stuff? I find myself wondering how this one works. Like if my neighbor hears a crow cawing and I don't, does that mean it still rains or only for my neighbor? Also, the crows in my area are up before daylight and I've heard them prior to any other birds. Don't recall if it rained though. There is another one that considers it bad luck to kill a crow. Even accidentally killing a crow, you have to bury it, and make sure to wear black while doing so to show respect, or there is no telling what will happen to you. I think I like this superstition, no killing crows. It's not all doom and gloom with these beauties though, there are some good superstitions. I use that word very lightly because it's still all silly, I think. In ancient Rome, they believed that where you saw a crow flying from was important. If a crow was seen flying in from the east or the south, it had favorable implications. I'm stuck on thinking, who even notices this stuff? For the Welsh, seeing a trio of crows meant something positive, like some sort of good changes that are going to happen in your life. It also means good health to others. If you see 2 crows flying across your path, well, that's considered good luck to people in Wales as well, and 4 crows means riches. Well, I've seen my share of 4 crows together. Still not rich. Still not swimming in the money. I should say that most of these superstitions I found seem to be more specific to the crows throughout Europe. That just makes me wonder, what's so bad about those crows? They look a lot like ours over here. Whatever the case, it seems that our crows in North America don't get many bad beliefs associated with them, and are seen more positively. That is something I can get on board with. I know I poked fun at these superstitions and made light of it, but there is one from the Hindu that I find charming, beautiful. Hindus believe that their ancestors visit the living in the form of a crow. Every year, after a loved one has passed on, the family of the deceased cooks a big dinner filled with the dead relative's favorite foods. Each member takes turns placing food onto a banana leaf, and then it's brought outside for the crows. As soon as a crow pecks at the feast and starts eating it, it is believed that the loved one is now satiated and is at peace. While crows may be some of the most misunderstood birds, they aren't alone in being associated with doom and gloom, just because of how they sound, look, or things they do, like eating carrion. Plenty of other birds are seen this way too, such as the potu or shoebill. There is even one known as the Undertaker bird, which you can learn all about plus many more in this Halloween-themed video. Thanks for watching. Happy birding!